Hello, everyone. Welcome back to my channel. I'm Annette, also known as Grandma D. And today I have a special guest with me to help me with story time today. Come here, buddy. I have my little dog Toby here with me today. He wanted to be up here in the chair with me. Hi, buddy. He is going to hopefully stay here with me while we read our story time today. We are in the last two books of our Disney Princess series. Can you believe it? It has been a long time in the making, and it's so hard to believe. We've gone through all those books and we're down to the last two. I'm pretty excited about that. So, today we are going to read The Mixed Up Morning, a story about taking turns. How do you feel about taking turns? Do you get tired of having to stand in line behind someone when you're waiting to go on a ride at a carnival and wait your turn? Or you're in the lunch line at school and you know there's only like 3 pieces of something left up there that you want up the line, and there's like 7 people ahead of you, and you're like, I hope when it's my turn, there's one left. Yeah, it's tough. But today we are going to learn what happens with Snow White and her 7 dwarfs when they have to figure out what it's like to take turns. And I hope that you are all snuggled in on the couch with your favorite drink, or you're in bed. It's the end of the day and you're so excited because we have another story time. Or it's the afternoon and you're coming home from school and you're thinking, maybe Grandma put a story up today. So, without any further ado, we are going to get started and read a story about taking turns. Here's our cover page. There's Snow White. Are you ready? Outside the cottage of the 7 dwarfs, the morning sun was rising. In the kitchen, Snow White stirred up a big pot over the fire. She said, taking a sniff. The porridge is ready. I'll try that again. I'll toast the bread, and then the dwarf's breakfast will be done. Quickly, Snow White sliced some bread. Cheep, cheep, the bird sang. What did you say? She laughed. Oh, you want breakfast too? Well, line up. The princess scooped up a handful of breadcrumbs. One by one, the birds hopped over and ate them out of her hand. Isn't that amazing? Look at there. They're eating the crumbs right out of her hand. Hi, buddy. When the birds had finished, Snow White ran to the stairs. Sleepy, grumpy, Doc, bashful, dopey, sneezy, happy, she called. Breakfast is ready. The dwarfs tumbled from their beds. Sighed Happy. Smell that toast. How wonderful. Maybe the princess has made porridge too, said Sneezy. Just for us? Asked Bashful, turning red. Ah, he's in his nightshirt. Mm. Well, I'm hungrier than anyone, Grumpy grunted, so I'm going to wash first. No, said Doc. I want to go first. Grumpy and Doc tugged at the wash bucket, each one trying to be first. Splash! The big bucket of water splashed all over Dopey. Oops, sorry, Dopey, Doc apologized. I told you I should have gone first, Grumpy muttered. Look, he's got the bucket on top of his head. I guess that means he got washed first. I need the comb, Happy announced. No, I do, Sneezy said. Happy and Sneezy grabbed the same comb and tried to comb their beards. Happy and Sneezy looked in the mirror. Their beards were all tangled and knotted together. Oh no, Sneezy exclaimed. Now what will we do? Cried Happy. Uh-oh. See him looking in the mirror? Achoo! As the two dwarfs tried to untangle their beards, Sneezy let loose a gigantic sneeze. The sneeze separated Sneezy and Happy's beards, sending the dwarfs flying. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. The dwarfs hurried to finish getting ready. You're in my way, Grumpy snapped at Sleepy. That's my hat, Sleepy told Bashful. That's my jacket, Bashful said to Happy. What a mix-up, sighed Happy. Oh my goodness. A few moments later, Snow White called to the dwarfs. Please hurry, your breakfast is getting cold. The dwarfs raced down the stairs, each trying to be first. They tumbled and bounced all the way down, landing in a heap. Whose foot is on my head? Sleepy asked. Sleepily. You're mitting on one, Doc mumbled. I mean, you're sitting on me. What a muddle, groaned Sneezy. Oh. The dwarfs scrambled into their seats. Sneezy and Happy both grabbed for the milk at the same time. Splash! Grumpy and Doc both tried to spoon porridge into their bowls. Splat! Dopey and Sneezy both tugged at the same piece of toast. Crunch! Miss is all these. I mean, this is a mess, cried Doc. All the other dwarfs became quiet. It certainly is, Snow White agreed. So what happens when you don't take turns? Now, please clean it up. After the dwarfs had cleaned up the table, Snow White handed each of them a slice of bread with jam. Don't worry, she said. There's enough for everyone. Once they had finished eating, the princess said, Now run and get your things. Snow White went into the kitchen. She had made a picnic lunch for the dwarfs to take with them. She took the basket, walked outside, and waited while the dwarfs were rushing about inside. Doc took his lantern. Grumpy hoisted his pickaxe. Sleepy got his shovel. Happy picked up his hammer. Dopey took his bucket. Sneezy got his rope. Bashful grabbed his work gloves. Pretty cool. All the dwarfs got to the front door at the same time. Me first, grumbled Grumpy, shoving the others. No, me first, said Happy. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Snow White watched as each dwarf struggled to get through first. Her friends had certainly had a mixed up, muddled, messy morning. What would a princess do? What do you think Snow White would do? You have any ideas? My. Everyone can't fit through the door at once, Snow White told them. The dwarfs went back inside and sat down. Look what happened this morning when you all tried to do everything at the same time," Snow White said. "Now please try it again, one at a time." "Great idea," shouted Grumpy. "One at a time, but I'll go first." "Oh, no, you don't," said Sneezy. "I'll go first." "No, me," cried Happy. Here they go again. There they go again. "Oh dear," Snow White said, shaking her head. "Everyone can't be first at the same time. You'll have to take turns being first." Grumpy mumbled, stroking his beard. "How would we do that? I wonder, do you have any ideas on how they would do that?" "Well," Snow White began, "there are 7 days in a week, right?" "Well, yes," said Doc. "And there are 7 of you, right?" Dopey started to count, became confused, and started again. "That's right," Happy added. "So every week, each one of you will have his very own special day to be first," the princess explained. "I can even make a list to help you remember." The 7 dwarfs agreed that this was a very good idea. Very good indeed. Indeed. "Here, Bashful," Snow White said, handing him the basket. "Today is your day to be first." Bashful blushed. "Thanks, Princess," he said shyly as he took the basket. One by one, the dwarfs walked outside. Snow White waved goodbye as they marched to work, singing, "Just take your turn, and you will surely learn that one by one is much more fun. Just take your turn." The end. Aw, look at Bashful in the front of the line. He's so cute. Aw. Well, that's all. That's the end of that story. Hopefully, they learned their lesson. Hopefully, they learned that it's important to slow down, take your turn, maybe let someone else go first, and be the bigger person to say, "You know what? You go first this time. And next time around, I'll go first." Can you think of some situations when that might be especially important? Hmm. What about playing a game? Who goes first to pitch at baseball? Who goes first to be captain of a team and start picking players? How about who gets to read first if you're sharing a book with a friend? Who's going to read page 1? There are so many situations out there, so many times when it's important to take turns. I hope you enjoyed this book in our Disney Princess series, and I hope that you will have your adult or your parent like this channel and subscribe and click that notification bell so that you will know when the next story time video comes out, because we have one left. The next time we will read Ready, Set, Throw. Isn't that amazing? Wow. Look at that. Look at the back. Princess Beauty is wearing her crown. The words got all tangled up in there. And I want to apologize for being late this week with this video. Grandma wasn't feeling well last weekend, and then I had to mow the lawn, and I had other things I had to do outside. So I thought for sure you would understand if we put this off for a couple days, but here we are. We read The Mixed Up Morning, a story about taking turns. And then we'll read the last book next time in our Disney Princess series. And then I have some other wonderful books that I am so excited to share with you. And I also hope that if you're old enough and you would enjoy it, that you will join me while we read the book, The Adventures of Tom Sawyer. Chapter 1 is already up. You can listen to that. And then later this week, we will have chapter 2. So that's all I have for today. And I'm so glad you were here. And I want you to know that I love you and I think about you and I care about you. And if you have a favorite book or a favorite series of books, maybe that you would like to tell me about, you can certainly contact me through the notes below this video. And I would be more than happy to read your letter on a future video. And also, I am a brand new Thrift Books partner. And a lot of these books that I read are available on Thrift Books, which is a used online bookstore where you can get your favorite books very inexpensively. If you don't have a local library near you, and like The Adventures of Tom Sawyer is on there, and the other two that we're going to read, Charlotte's Web and Little Women. So if you're interested, I'll leave a link to that in the notes below, and you can take a look and see what they have to offer. So this is Grandma D saying, you have a great night tonight and a better day tomorrow. And we'll see you soon in our next video. Bye-bye for now.